right, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. Okay, now this will be, basically a news and prophecy type video, and we just gonna jump into some of this news as well as prophecy that's being poured out in these last days. All right. So we just gonna jump right into it. First things first. All right. One of the bros posted this in the chat. A bill that's in the works here in California. All right. Now we're going to read the title. It says, hearing date set for California measure that pro-life advocates call the Infanticide Bill. All right, this is what they're calling it. All right, and this is why. Let's read up a little bit. And this shows you that this is pure wickedness. All right, this is pure wickedness, and this man is the murderer that the Bible speaks of. All right, he's the murderer. He's the devil. All right, everything that he does is anti-life. All right, everything he does. Okay, so let's listen to this. It says, a hearing date has been set for a proposed California bill that pro-life advocates across the state warn will not codify the killing of unborn children throughout all 9 months of pregnancy, but will also decriminalize actions that lead to the deaths of newborns in the days after birth. So basically, a woman can get pregnant, all right? Oh, Shalak, what the hell just happened? Okay, she can get pregnant. Okay, a woman can get pregnant, have the baby, go through the whole pregnancy, have the baby, and even after she has the baby, all right, she can still put the baby to death, and there won't be any criminal charges according to this bill. All right, the measure known as AB 2223, which opponents have labeled the Infanticide Bill. Okay, is scheduled for hearing in the California Assembly Judiciary Committee at 9 a.m. Tuesday, April 5th, a couple days, in room 437 of the state capitol building. And I wonder if people are going to show up to protest that. All right. But it shows you, man, this just the things that this man comes up. And this is real because I Googled it. I Googled what is Bill AB 2223. And it's all popping up. All right. Reproductive health abstract. All right. Existing law requires a county coroner to hold inquest to inquire and to determine circumstance. California continues reproductive freedom leadership. California's through. You know what I'm saying? This place is done. This is one of the right along with New York, Chicago, all the major states and cities throughout Babylon. All right, because everything starts with them first. Okay, because that's where they do majority of their enchantments, especially here in California with Hollywood. All right. The Bohemian Grove, all this wickedness, that's out here. This is why they're able to pass bill. They're gonna pass this. This will pass, all right. And it don't matter if people show up, all right, to protest it or anything, all right. But this is definitely what this man is gonna pass. His society is nothing but ungodliness. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "The prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me." Let's get that. Okay. This man has nothing to do with righteousness. Okay. John 12. Okay, John 12 and 31. All right, Salakia. I'll jump the gun. That's not the one I want. Yep, 14. John 14 and 30. Okay. John 14 and 30, it says, "Hereafter I will not talk much with you." Okay. Now, of course, this is Yahweh Shai speaking to his speaking to his disciples about, he was gonna have to leave and go through what he had to go through. All right, and they were gonna be left. But it says, "Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh." All right, and who is that? That's Esau Edom, "and have nothing in me." All right, he has nothing in the Lord. All right, this man Esau Edom. Okay, now let's see if this will give me some precepts. Because our people still don't believe that this man is he is the epitome of anti-Messiah, him and his people. Okay, and these are all good precepts. All right, all good precepts. Okay, Revelation 20 and 7. "And when the 1,000 years are expired, which that 1,000 years happened, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison," which was Esau when he was the wild man. All right, "and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog together, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea." All right, so all these precepts refer to Esau. Okay, all these precepts are all pinpointing Esau Edom. Okay, because we know the great dragon, that's represented. That's the Roman Empire. Okay, that old serpent, who's that? That's going back to the book of Genesis. All right, the 3rd chapter. Okay. So let's go back to this article. Okay. So this is an actual bill to where they're gonna, let's read a little more. It says, as CBN News reported last week, pro-life groups say new language added to the proposed legislation, AB 2223, would shield a mother from civil and criminal charges for any actions or omissions related to her pregnancy, including miscarriage, stillbirth, or abortion, or prenatal death. Although definitions of prenatal death vary, all of them include the death of newborns 7 days or more after birth. Now that's pure murder. All right, that's what you call murder right there. Okay, but he's not gonna enforce it. Okay, matter of fact, when you go to the law, okay, people think that this word "kill," all right, is it should be murder right here. Okay, and that's what this man is. He's a murderer, man. All right, he's legalizing murder of children, and mainly Israelite children, because the Israelites are the ones that's having all the babies out here. All right, ultimately he wants to get rid of us. All right, because as long as we're around, his plans will not come to fruition. Okay, he needs total control, and he needs the Israelites out of the picture. All right, let's get this word "kill." All right, because really the word is murder. All right, because kill is something that happens. It's not premeditated. It's not thought for. Like if you were to get into a fist fight with somebody and you hit them knock him out and his head hit the concrete. You didn't mean to kill him. You just punched him, and he died from the impact of the his head hitting the concrete. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Esau be playing. Animals, especially, and even human victim, they make deep there. Let's see if they get there. Because it's supposed to tell you premeditated. All right. Say it here, because it's telling you the right word. Let's see what this says. Theological words in New Testament. No, I don't. Let's just go back. Okay, I think I'm looking at the wrong scripture. Salakia. Let's go back. I'm gonna just put not kill. This is it here. Maybe this is the right Hebrew word. Okay, Salakia, bear with me. Thou shalt not kill. Yep, different Hebrew word. Okay, which this word is ratazak. All right, ratazak, which means to murder, slay, kill, to murder, premeditated, and that's what this bill is. This AB 2223. This is a premeditated bill for murder. All right, it says the perinatal problem, deaths of babies after they're born. So a baby could be in the little hospital, which nowadays you shouldn't even be having babies in the hospital, but people gonna do what they do. The perinatal problem, deaths of babies after they're born. It ain't no death, that's murder. All right. The mother could be going through what they call postpartum syndrome while she's laid up in the hospital, and she can say she don't want the baby, and guess what? Them demons will haul that baby off, harvest the organs and all that, and put it to death. You know, and they're more than likely drink the blood, man. Okay. So let's go back to that scripture. All right, it says it premeditated. Ain't no accidental. All right. To murder. All right. Just like Herod. Herod went off to murder the children, the Hebrew children that were 2 years and younger. All right. Because he was trying to murder the Messiah. Okay, this man's the murderer, right? And that's in the book of Hosea. All right. Let's get that real quick. Hosea, the 9th chapter. All right, Hosea 9 and 13. It says, Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. All right. Now, if you look at the cross references here, or the precepts, okay, who is this referring to? These are precepts talking about Esau, Edom, because he is the murderer. All right, he was a murderer from the beginning, as it tells you in the book of James. I'm not James. John. All right. Let me get that again, man. Let me go back. What is it? Yeah, John 8:44. All right. When Yahweh Shai was cussing out the wicked scribe and Pharisees, all right, he referred to those men as their father, the devil, all right, which was a murderer from the beginning. Because why? That's the son of Cain, okay? Not of that wicked one, as Cain, who here it is here, John, I knew it. 1 John 3:15. No, that's not the one. Let me see. I think it is in this same chapter. Let me see. Or I'm going to just go to it because I remember it was of that wicked one. Okay. Real quick. It'll come up shit. Yep, 1 John. Yeah, I was in the right chapter. Just had to go up a bit. 1 John 3:12. Okay. The same spirit that was in Cain is in these Edomites today. All right. This is why they passing legislation like this and bills that allow you to kill a child 7 days or more after the child is born, or murder a child. Okay. Okay. And I'll place this link in the description box. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let me read this scripture here. 1 John 3:12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother and murdered his brother, because he was upset. When you go to the history, he was upset that his offering, all right, wasn't good as Abel's, but he knew better. All right. It says, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. And that's this man's MO. His works are evil, and this proves it. And this is just one faction that proves it. One article that proves that his works are evil, man. All right, he's the murderer according to the scriptures. He's death. Okay. Now, from here, this article here, I wanted to go back because yesterday at camp we started to read this, but then we closed up after we read up to the first couple of paragraphs. We ended here at this paragraph. Germany and Austria have taken the first steps towards gas rationing. All right. Now the title of this is on naturalnews.com, Mike Adams' website, which I like to go here a lot. He's pretty much in the loop on what's going on. All right. Now, as far as the scriptures, I've said before, he doesn't, of course, he doesn't understand the scriptures. All right. That's where the prophets come in to, comb through this and show you where it lies in biblical prophecy. Okay. So let's read from here. Matter of fact, the title of the article, Death of the Dollar Begins Today, the final chapter of a debt-based empire, which this is, all part of the whole scheme for everything to go digital. And this is why I have this website up, World Government Summit. All right. But we'll get to that. So let's go back to this article real quick. All right. It says Western nations cut Russia off from dollars and euros, yet they insist on paying Russia with the very same dollars and euros that Russia can no longer use. All right. And Russia did something. They countered it, and they basically said, if you want to buy natural gas, all right, you're gonna have to turn your money, your dollars or your euros, into the ruble. All right. So it says European leaders have said they refuse to pay for Russian energy exports with rubles, but these same nations took part in a financial system deplatforming of Russia. That means Russia is largely unable to use dollars or euros. So there is no point in Russia trading gas for fiat currencies that it can't use and doesn't want. All right? And this is what the Lord is playing chess with these nations. All right? And the Lord is going to gather all these nations to come against Babylon the Great. All right? That's what's going to happen. All right? This is just the beginning of it, but it's going to cause a domino effect of ruckus throughout the world economy. Okay? It says, in fact, as long as the West's economic sanctions are in place, if Russia were to sell gas for dollars or euros, that would be the equivalent of giving away its natural resources for free. And basically, those are unrighteous decrees that this man is prescribing towards Russia. All right? The way they laying the narrative out. All right? You can't, they basically cut them off from the dollar or the euro. All right? They can't use it, but they don't want to pay Russia in their money. All right? Which is total madness. Complete madness, man. And this is why the Lord is playing chess with these nations. All right? The scriptures say he's going to cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. And this is the start of it. And they're going to, eventually, they all going to get rid of the dollar. And that's going to be it. And this is where it's going, to this digital world. But this is the beginning for the digital world, because they got to crash the world reserve currency, which is the petrodollar, the FRN. And this is a perfect way to bring it down. All right. You know, which the ruble is backed by energy, commodities, and gold. It's backed by something. The Federal Reserve isn't backed by anything. Okay? You go down here, everybody is fleeing the dollar and getting into something that holds value. All right? And what holds value? Just what's listed here. All right? It says, all the top financial minds see this unfolding in real time. It is irrefutable that the dollar goes to zero. Because of this realization, every person who is capable of grasping this reality is fleeing the dollar and shifting into other things that tend to hold value. Physical gold and silver, land, new or used vehicles, residential homes, commercial buildings, ammo, firearms, tractors, and farming equipment. Which Jake don't own. Predominantly, you Israelite, you don't own none of that. All right, you may have a little gold, a little silver, but even that won't help in that day. All right, even those things won't help. Okay. See if we could read a little more of this. That's basically pretty much. I mean, I'll place this link in the description box. Like I said, we went over it a little bit in at camp yesterday. You know, you're starting to see this a lot more. CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Okay? Now, this is major. I brought out yesterday at the camp the article, Jamaica has introduced the CBDC, their central bank digital currency. And the reason you're going to start seeing all these countries start introducing this type of banking, digital, all right, is because of this, all right? This is why you're going to start to see these things, man, okay? Principles for digital transformation in cities. Okay. Now, there was an actual summit. It was damn near a 7-hour summit. When you look it up, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, let's do this. This was the actual summit, you know. And this was just one you know, it was a few days, man. It wasn't just you know, two, you know, it was over. You know how these governments do, but they are all speaking of this digital currency when you go into this summit, man. They're telling the world where they're going. That's what they're telling. They're telling the world that everything is gonna go digital. The whole economic system, all of it. Matter of fact, let's look at this. Let's watch this real quick. It's a minute. And this is truly what they intend on for the whole world. All right. And you tribes, they have no place for you here except to be artificially to have AI tapped into your body. All right, artificial intelligence in your body. You know, liquid crystals in your brain, nanotech all throughout your bloodstream, to where they able to control you and you be a perpetual slave to them. All right, that's their plan for you tribes, man. Because at this World Government Summit, who was there representing the Israelites, the true Israelites? Nobody. Wasn't nobody there representing you, because they plan on getting rid of the majority of you. Okay. Now this was back in November 7th, 2021. All right. 8th edition of the World Government Summit. Let's see what this was uploaded November 17th, 2021. Okay. Now we know, okay, here it is. It says the 8th edition of the World Government Summit will be held March 29th and the 30th. All right. It says shaping the next generation of governments, decision makers, global experts, and thought leaders. Thought leaders. This man is out of his damn mind. And thought leaders will join efforts to find innovative solutions and policies to the challenges facing humanity. The only challenge facing humanity is this Edomite. Let's watch this real quick.
Fourth Industrial Revolution.
The power of artificial intelligence.
Creating the world of tomorrow.
Our aim is to shape the...
Saw that? Let me back it up a little bit. They showed you and this is why they, you know, that new video game with the headset.
Power of artificial intelligence.
Right there, they just showed it. All the kids have this game now. Adults playing this game. They're getting people ready to live like 15 million merits. All right? To be totally surrounded and controlled by artificial intelligence. While the elite are underground and in their space stations, monitoring and putting you to death. All right?
Creating the world of tomorrow.
Our aim is to shape the future of government through education, health, technology, sustainability, and environment.
People's creativity, people's dreams, people's energy. This year, right now, this minute, is really the best time in the history of the world to do something.
Collective thinking, collective mind, collective knowledge for humanity.
And this is them pouring syrup on shit, calling it pancakes. Pure madness, not the will of the Lord. Totally taking God away from society, man. That's where they and you can even see, you know, the comments. You know, she got Cesare's name, Jesus. You know, because people are waking up to the fact that this thing is coming. All right, and there's nothing nobody can do about it, but Yahweh Shai. Look, world government, I didn't elect them to govern me. You know, people are waking up to the fact of what's going on, man. All right, and this is where the resistance is gonna come in, pursuant to Second Ezra 15, where it speaks about a sedition among men and invading one another. All right, people are gonna buck up against this system that they're trying to push. No government of I. Only the Antichrist and the Roman Catholic Church can get this thing done. All right. So people are waking up to the fact that this man is pushing the anti-Messiah agenda. All right, which they more than likely don't know, you know, what's the true meaning of the anti-Messiah. But I mean, it's written all over the place. All right, it's written all over the place, and this is their website. Okay, and when you go here, you know, so I'm not gonna go into it all, but you know, you just skim through and you see the plans of these people. All right, smart card, everything they want smart and digitalized, so that they can track. All right. Let's read this little paragraph. It says, this report highlights the realization of smart digitalization and how it differs across cities. It can range from the adoption of basic automation technologies that facilitate public services to advanced analytics that anticipate challenges in infrastructure development. If deployed appropriately, smart digitalization should not look the same in any two cities. Underpinning all smart digitalization plans are clear goals to guide funding. Okay, Revelation 13:16 calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Remember? All right, this is all pointing to that technology, the MOTB, the CHIP. All right. Exactly what the apostles and elders have been speaking on since they got on YouTube. Okay. Defined action plans, focused leadership, and transparency. Which, yeah, it's gonna be transparent because there ain't no privacy no more with this type of society. There will be no privacy. Okay. It says this blueprint should be adapted to local requirements and citizen customer needs, which results in a differing manifestation from city to city, promoting service optimization, response delivery, and end-to-end citizen customer journeys must be the new norm for municipal services. So in order to get services in these cities, all right, which their plan is for everything to go digital. All right, they want everything digital, and this is what's going on in Ukraine right now. Okay, they've turned all their access to the government through an app, a digital app. Okay, so we here, man. You know, we gonna keep saying it. I know I'm gonna keep saying it. We here to where, you know, all hell can break loose anytime now. All right, and Esau Edom is showing you blatantly where he wants to take society, and it all lines up with biblical prophecy. This man is that beast. All right, he's the beast. His system is the beast system. All right, and this man is the one that's going to issue that mark, which is that RFID chip, in order for you to operate in his digital world. Okay, Well, I'm gonna upload a little quick after this one. I'm gonna upload a quick video. You know, one of them shorts. You know, you even have people that's implanting themselves with the chip and putting all their information on the chip and using it. All right, and I'm gonna upload that short after I do this video. You know, it's just a matter of time, man. We here, okay? We are here. You know what I'm saying? Now let's read a few scriptures. First scripture we're gonna go to is Psalms 94. All right. Psalms 94. Verse 20, all right? Psalms 94 and 20, all right? It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law, all right? And these things are going to be made law, all right? Revelation 13 and 16, that's going to be law. He calls it all, both small and great. That means he's going to put it in law, all right? It's going to be in law, just like they did during the time of the Greeks when Antiochus was king. All right, they made it law that if you weren't abiding by their laws, all right, and doing away with yours, that you would be put to death. Okay. Verse 21, it says, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. And that's what they're doing. All right. But they're going to be met with resistance, all right, when Yahweh Shai is going to totally take them out of the power seat. This thing won't come into full fruition, but they pushing for it, all right? It's all in your face. Verse 22, but the Lord is my defense, all right? And that's what we standing on, all right? And why wouldn't you stand on it? When the Lord he gave you the blueprint of what's going to be happening in these last days. And he set up the prophets to tell you. You might as well stand on the Lord. Or not. Or think that nothing's going to happen. All right? But this thing is happening. All right? It says, but the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord our power shall cut them off. And that's these devils here, man. That's trying to establish this whole smart world, digital everything. What the hell is that, man? Salakia. It's digital everything that they're trying to establish. They will be cut off. They ain't going to be able to do this, but they're going to do it. All right, Revelation 12 and 12, all right? When he really sets out and he goes to make this thing mandatory, that thing being the CHIP, this is when it's going to get real, all right? Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. And right now, you're seeing the woe coming. Because how you going to operate if you don't want to be put into his artificial intelligent world? If you don't want him inside your bloodstream with his technology, you don't want his mark, the charagma. All right? This is why the Lord sent the prophets, so you can prepare yourself, all right, and get right with the Heavenly Father, and hope that he have mercy on you in these last days. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right, because this is why they moving the way they moving with their system. All right, this technocracy that they're trying to bring into fruition, man. All right. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. I'm going to get a couple more scriptures and that'll be it. Jeremiah 22 and 13. All right, it says, woe unto them that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, all right, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. And this, you know, when he enslaved all the tribes, all right, when he came over to this side of the world and took down Latin America, all right, North America, Canada, all right, he enslaved the tribes and didn't give them wages, all right. So that's another strike on his back, all right. And we always mention that documentary called what's the name of that documentary, man? Exterminate All the Brutes. Okay, that gives you a good vision on this man doing exactly what this scripture say. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness. What they call it manifest destiny. There's an actual painting that they have of them taking down Gad, all right, the tribe of Gad, the Native Americans, and setting up this bullshit ass America we live in today. It says, in his chambers by wrong, that uses his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work, that saith, I will build me a wide house and large chambers, and cutteth him out windows, and it is sealed with cedar and painted with vermin. All right. Shalt thou reign because thou closest thyself in cedar? Did not thy father eat and drink and do judgment and justice, and then it was well with him? All right. He judged the cause of the poor and needy, then it was well with him. Was not this to know me, saith the Lord? And this man don't know the Lord. All right. It says, but thine eyes and thine heart are not but for thy covetousness, and for to shed innocent blood, and for oppression, and for violence to do it. And that's what he did, man. Esau, Edom, man. It tell you in the book of Malachi. Let's get that real quick. All right. Malachi 1. The Lord said, they shall build, but I will throw down. And this is the last thing that they're going to build. All right. And this man's been on the tear, on the rule for, if not 1,000 years, almost. All right, ever since the Renaissance. Okay. It says, let me see if I can go straight to it. Yeah, let me start at verse 3. Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right, and that's what's going to happen to his system. The Lord is going to turn it into a big desert. All right, his tip of the spear, which is America, Babylon the Great. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. All right. And these are words strictly out of the scriptures, man. All right. But you won't see no Christians going to these scriptures and breaking them down and letting you know, Salakia, letting you know who it's talking about. All right. It's talking about Esau, Edom. I want to get one last scripture here in the Apocrypha. Okay. In the book of Maccabees. And we brought this out yesterday. And this is the same thing that they're doing now. All right. The same thing King Antiochus was doing during the time of the Greeks. is the same thing that's going on in this society now. All right, they're forcing you to get down with what they want to do. Okay, and pretty soon it's gonna be by death if you don't want to get down. So we're gonna read these 9 verses, and that'll be it. First Maccabees 1:41. All right, it says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and that's what this is all about. Let me see. Wait, no. Where is it? Where'd it go? This is what this is all about. All right. This world government summit that they just had. All people should be one. And this time it's about digital. Everybody get a CHIP, and you gotta abide by how we gonna roll this thing out, man. Okay. That's what this is all about. That's verse 41 entails the government summit. All right. 42, and everyone should leave his laws. All right. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And that's why you have all those nations leaders there clapping, agreeing. All right, we with it. All right. Verse 43, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. It's going to be a lot of Israelites that's down with this thing. Watch when you start seeing these celebrities and these athletes, all right, entertainers start promoting this type of lifestyle. Okay. It says, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. And these strange laws that they're getting ready to pass, the ultimate one is going to be to get that CHIP. And that's, you rather die before you take that. All right? As an Israelite. Lay your life down as a sacrifice, and the Lord will raise you back up. Okay? Verse 45. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and they that should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. And of course, we don't have a sanctuary now, but we are the sanctuary. All right? The whole nation. But majority of our people are polluted because they have been partaking to this man's way of life. And you're going to have a lot of our people that partake into this digital world and pollute themselves to where they can't be cleansed but by fire, which is that nuclear fire. Verse 47, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. And this is what they did back then. And they doing it again, just in modern form, all right? To the end they might forget the law, because that's the whole purpose, for us to forget our power and the laws that he gave us to separate us from these other nations. That's the whole thing. They need us out of the way. Okay, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said should die. And it's getting ready to get to this point, because there's going to be a commandment of the king, these Edomites, because he is the king of the earth right now, that if you don't take that MOTB, you're going to be the judgment will be death. All right. And they already getting the paperwork together. Conspiracy theorists, people are, they're dangerous and things of that nature. You're going to start to see it. But ultimately, this is where they're going with it. All right. And there's no trying to, not talk about it. We ain't going to deal. No, it's here. So you got to prepare your mind. You got to prepare your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And hope and pray for mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because it will get real soon. So call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Um, I'll quote a few scriptures I had written down but didn't touch. Isaiah 10 and 1, Isaiah 3 and 11. Matter of fact, I'm going to read them. Let's read them. Let's read that. Isaiah 10 and 1. Because ultimately his decrees are all unrighteous. Because they go against the power of heaven and earth. All right? Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and write grievousness which they have prescribed. And these are prescribed. They already got it. They sending their spokesman out there, and their spokesman is speaking with a forked tongue. This could, or it may be. No, they already have it. They know what it's going to do. All right? Verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's what their whole system is. They want to get rid of the men. That way they can have their way with the women and children. All right? Let's go to the 3rd chapter. Oh, I'm sorry. I went forward. Let's go back to the 3rd chapter. Let me just type it in. Isaiah 3 and 11 says, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. All right? And the reward of his hands is what he's trying to establish. Everybody in digital slavery, but he's going to go right into physical slavery. All right? That's what's going to happen to him, according to Bible prophecy. And then let's get this last one in Isaiah, the 5th chapter. And we're going to start at the 20th verse. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. And even when you go back to this article I started with, they calling this good. All right, this is another one of their unrighteous decrees. All right. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. He's all the opposite. All right. He's the wicked. So everything he's about is going to be wickedness. All right. It's going to measure out to be sin. Verse 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Just look at some clips from this dude, Noah Jabari. All right. Yuval Noah. Just look at some clips of him on YouTube, and you'll see that these demons, they're righteous in their own eyes. All right. They're righteous in their own eyes, man. But woe unto them, okay? Because everything that they think they finna do is gonna be flipped right on them. All right? And they're gonna swallow down slavery. They're gonna swallow down the cup of the Lord. Just look at some of this dude's clips. I ain't gonna go into it, but he's one of the spokesmen of this AI type society that will be ran by robots and them able to monitor. Listen to this. History began when humans invented gods and will end when humans become gods. Look at that. And you can't tell me that this man is wise in his own eyes. Right? That's the quote on his website. All right? And I'm sure it's me. I'm gonna check this out. I ain't never went on here, but I'm gonna check out some of this stuff on here, man. Through the Spirit, maybe a video will come out of it. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end it there. Through the Spirit. So call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.